Hello YouTube, this is Drew back again, and today we'll be looking at Playarts Kai Aqua from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, or more specifically 0.2 A Fragmentary Passage. I've been waiting for this figure a long time, and I've seen the prototypes, and I decided to finally shell out and shell out the cash and buy this figure. It got here relatively fast, so I was proud of that. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the box. The box is in the same design as Sora and Roxas's box, except it's more white to represent Aqua's color scheme. You get a nice picture of Aqua. The logos are here. On the side, some more logos from Birth by Sleep. On the back, we get product shots and the poses you can get the figure in, and Japanese text, which I, again, cannot read. Very nice artwork on the box. On the side, nothing much. On the top, nothing much. On the bottom, just some guff. And of course, it has the opening flap that is held on by magnets, which is always nice. Inside, the figure is in there. Well, it's not in there, but it's held in there pretty good. And here's the read-up of Aqua if you'd like to pause and read that. And another nice picture of Aqua. Alright, enough about looking at the box. Let's take a closer look at the figure inside. And here is Aqua outside of her packaging, and as you can see, she's a very great figure. She looks just like her video game counterpart, and the detail and the sculpting and the paint is just spot on. It looks very good. A nice 3D model of Aqua. And only so far anyway. They might release a Figuarts figure, since they started releasing Figuart Kingdom Hearts figures. But I'm rambling here. She looks very cool. But before we take a closer look at her, let's take a look at the accessories she comes with. She comes with 2 Keyblades and three exchangeable hands, not including the 2 that are already on there, which are just open palmed hands. She comes with a closed fisted hand. Very nice detail and paint. She comes with another fisted hand. And she comes with a Keyblade holding hand. Unfortunately, they didn't give her 2 Keyblade holding hands. They only give her the right hand, which I guess makes sense, but it would have been cool for her to be able to hold 2 Keyblades. And here are the Keyblades themselves. This is Rainfell, her Keyblade that she started off with. I think at the end it changes into a more advanced version, but it looks cool with bluish purplish metallic paint and silver and some more purple here, and her nice little jewel in her keychain. And the chain is not real, it's just plastic, but it is bendable plastic. Just really nice paint. I love this color blue. It just looks so cool. And here is Ericus's Keyblade. This is the Fragmentary Passage figure, so it makes sense that this would come with it, because she does use it. And it's nicely painted. It always looked plain to me, but what? There's a little chip there. What is this? I didn't even mess with it yet, and it's got a chip. Ah, man. Oh well. It still looks cool. And I mentioned in my previous Kingdom Hearts videos, you can find them in my channel. I should probably put a playlist up. But I mentioned in my Sora and Roxas and Riku and Hooded Roxas figures that the Keyblade is really hard to put in their hands. You almost have to like break their hands to get it on there. In fact, I never take them off of their hands because putting them back on is just so frustrating. I had to take a blow dryer eventually for Sora because it would not fit onto this handle. But I guess they heard my complaints, or everyone else complained, because they added a feature where you can take the bottom piece off and then you can put it into her hand via the hole. And there you go. Now she's holding it. And it's a lot easier to do now. There you go. Now it's on It's a lot easier, and they have also implemented this in Ericus's Keyblade. What was his Keyblade called? The Master's Defender, yeah. And you can just pull this piece off, I think, and it'll just go into her hand as well. Let me see. Oh, this one might be a little tougher because it's square. No pun intended. But yeah, you can. There you go. And of course, changing their hands is pretty simple. You can just unplug it there from the peg, and then you can plug her hand onto the peg. And there she is holding the Keyblade now. So yeah, these are the accessories she comes with. It's not a lot of accessories, but it is sufficient. For the price, I don't know whether that's whether that merits it, but yeah. All right, let's take a closer look at the actual figure itself. Before I go on how great this figure is, there is something I wanted to point out. As soon as I took her out of the packaging, I just wanted to take a look around. I didn't even pose or anything. I just wanted to see how the skirt was and how it moved, or a dress or whatever it is. And as soon as I flipped, I just gave a little tug to this and it flew off. And yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess one of these, the clip of this peg, bro. I don't think it was meant to come off, but it just snapped off. You can put it back in, but it doesn't stay in securely at all. If you move her just a little, I mean, it'll stay on, but as soon as you move her too much, it'll just fly off, which is unfortunate. But hey, look at that view. Anyway, yeah, but I could fix it with super glue, but I don't want to ruin it any more than it already is. I'm not very good with the super glue application, and it's not too big of a deal, especially for posing. I mean, it could give her a little bit more posing. It'll let her pose more. But anyway, let's take a close look at her face, which looks pretty good. I like it. Sculpt is nice. The paint is nice. Her eyes are nicely detailed. There's no splotching of paint as far as I can tell, and it looks really good. There's her emblem and her bodysuit that she wears. What is that? Oh, it's just dust. And her dress is nicely painted. There's some gradients going on there. You can move these little things here, so you can move that. And in the pictures I saw, her little dress thing could like move more up, but it's not that loose of a plastic, so I wouldn't try to do it. But yeah, her stockings are cool. They got wrinkles in them. That's just all this detail. And just taking a look at the back, there's a little bit of bleeding of skin paint on top of her ribbon there, but it's not too much of an issue to me. She's got her armor here that looks cool. The nice gradient silver and blue metallic paint that looks really cool. I like that. And on her shoes as well, they've got nice purplish silver paint. And on the bottom, there's nothing much, but it's nicely done. I love this figure so far, even with its even with the nitpicks that I have with it. And while I'm at it, let's just go over some articulation. Her head can go up just a little. It can go up a little bit, not too much, unfortunately, because of her hair, which is also nicely sculpted, by the way. And yeah, it can't move up too much. It could move down a bit. It can go side to side. It can tilt. Nice range of movement. Her arms can go in and out. It's got a butterfly kind of joint. It can go forwards and backwards. It could actually do a 360 spin, but I wouldn't try it. She's got a 90-degree bend in her elbow. No, it's a little bit more. It's double jointed. And she can move oh, there's the butterfly joint. She does not have a bicep swivel, but that's okay. Her hands can rotate and can go I think can go this way, but not the other way. You can see that. I don't want to risk ruining that ball joint there. These are notorious for breaking, unfortunately. And when she holds the Keyblade, it is quite easy because you would think this would get in the way, but it's kind of a soft plastic, so that's good. She's got a what is this? A diaphragm joint, I think. Can go backwards that much, a little bit forward, not too much, unfortunately. And does she have a waist joint? Oh yeah, she has a waist joint, just a little bit though, because it's hindered by this corset or whatever she's wearing, or whatever you call it, a girder or something. But yeah, she can move a little bit. I'm not gonna try moving it anymore because I don't want to risk ruining this figure. It was quite expensive. You can see some nice ab definition here too. Nice. And her legs can go forward about that much, and she has a double jointed knee. She can rotate at her thigh right here. She's got boot rotation as well. She can move her feet up and down. She can move side to side. Unfortunately, I don't see a joint here that allows for ankle pivot, and I don't want to risk ruining it, but I'm pretty sure that there's no ankle pivot on this figure, unfortunately. And you would think with her you would need ankle pivot, but that's quite unfortunate. But yeah, her legs can move back a fair bit actually, and they can do the splits for about, well, I'm just gonna let this fall. She can do the splits pretty far too, just about there, which is sufficient enough. So overall, not the best articulation, but it is sufficient. It's better than Sora's anyway, with his baggy pants and all. And you can get her in some really good poses and all of that. Definitely a good figure. For some size comparisons, here she is with Playarts Kai Sora. So he's quite a bit shorter than she is actually. Here she is with Playarts Kai Roxas, which you could use for like pictures if you want to use him as Ven. Unfortunately, they don't have a Ven figure out yet, and I'm looking out for that too. And here she is with Playarts Kai Roxas with his hoodie on. And here she is with, if I can find him, oh yes, Playarts Kai Riku. And she's still taller than Riku. Wow. You would think Riku would be taller. But she is older, I guess. And just for a non-related comparison, here she is with Figma Dark Magician Girl, which I've also reviewed. So she's quite a substantial figure. Overall, I think this is a fantastic figure. The paint is great, the sculpt is great, and just the whole likeness of her in general is just really cool. Now, the only problem is that she doesn't come with a lot of accessories, and she is a $140 figure. I went on eBay to try to find it cheaper. I couldn't, and the cheaper ones were shipped from China, which is a bit of hit and miss. You either get the figure or you don't get the figure, or you do get the figure but you get it like 5 months later. So I didn't want to play around with that. I decided to take my chances and pay the full price. But luckily for me, I found someone who was selling it, and they had a make offer button. So I made an offer of $127, and he took that offer. So I paid a little bit less than the retail price. So I was lucky. And if you look around, I'm sure you could find it for cheaper. And maybe in time it'll become cheaper. I'm not really sure, but yeah. That's the only downside to this figure. And that piece that broke off of her dress, that might have been just a QC error. But yeah, overall a really good figure. It's really going to look good with my other Playarts Kai figures, and definitely pick it up if you can get it for the right price, or if you're an Aqua fan in general. Anyways, that's the end of my review. Thanks for watching. More videos coming up hopefully, and yeah, stay tuned.